To a Poet 1,000 Years Hence by James Elroy Flecker, 1884 to 1915. I, who am dead 1,000 years, and wrote this sweet archaic song, send you my words for messengers, the way I shall not pass along. I care not if you bridge the seas, or ride secure the cruel sky, or build consummate palaces of metal or of masonry. But have you wine and music still, and statues, and a bright-eyed love, and foolish thoughts of good and ill, and prayers to them who sit above? How shall we conquer, like a wind that falls at eve our fancies blow? And old Mæonides the blind said it 3,000 years ago. O friend unseen, unborn, unknown, student of our sweet English tongue, read out my words at night alone. I was a poet, I was young. Since I can never see your face, and never shake you by the hand, I send my soul through time and space to greet you. You will understand. Okay, this is a poem by James Elroy Flecker. He was born in London and brought up in Cheltenham in Gloucestershire. His father was the headmaster of Dean Close School, and then he was educated at Dean Close and then went to Uppingham, and after that he went to Trinity College and to Caius College, Cambridge. He was a poet. He was influenced by the aesthetic movement, and also by the Parnassian poets, who were a group of French poets in the positivist period, 1860 to 1890. So this poem is rather fun. This is a poem written to a poet 1,000 years after Flecker has died, and he's writing this as a message, as a letter to a poet of the future. And I think this is quite interesting because Shakespeare in his sonnets does this as well. That Shakespeare says that he'll gain immortality in his sonnets, and his soul is part of them. And this is copying the same idea. I, who am dead 1,000 years, wrote this sweet archaic song. Send you my words for messengers, the way I shall not pass along. So yes, I've been dead for 1,000 years, but I'm the person who wrote this old-fashioned poem. And these words, these are my messengers that I send to you in the future, because I cannot pass along into the future. I cannot live in the future, and I send these words to you, poet of the future. I care not if you bridge the seas. So I don't really care if you go across the seas, or ride secure the cruel skies, or have found a way to fly through the sky, because let's see, I think for him the idea of aeroplanes is something that's just been invented, but really the aeroplane is before his time. or build consummate palaces of metal or masonry. So I don't care what changes have made. I don't care how the world has changed. If you make palaces of metal or stone, I don't mind. I don't care whether you travel the seas or you travel the skies. But have you wine and music still? But do you still have wine and music? Okay, so do you still enjoy yourselves? And statues and a bright-eyed love. Do you still have beautiful statues? And do you have love in the world? And foolish thoughts of good and ill, and prayers to them who sit above? And do you spend your time thinking about good and bad, and does good exist, does evil exist? And do you pray to gods above? Yeah, do you pray to gods who sit above you? Yeah, do you still spend your time thinking about these things? How shall we conquer like a wind that falls at eve our fancies blow? And old Mæonides the blind said it 3,000 years ago. So old Mæonides is Homer who wrote the Iliad. And do you still think about the same ideas that Homer talked about thousands of years ago? Shall we still think about this? Do you still think about the way that things go? O friend unseen, unborn, unknown, student of our sweet English tongue. So I will never see you. You've not even been born yet. I don't even know who you are. But I know you're a student of English, because otherwise you couldn't read this. Read out my words at night alone. I was a poet young. So read out my words. And I'm certain you are a young poet. And there are things that we have in common. We relate to each other. Since I can never see your face and never shake you by the hand, I send my soul through time and space to greet you. You will understand. And because I can never meet you, because I can never shake your hand, because this is the only way, I send you my soul, I send you my spirit through time, so that to say hello to you, to reach out to you. I know you will understand. I know you will be a young poet as well. So this is a message to the future. So to a poet, 1,000 years hence, by James Elroy Flecker.